Hey, it's Poor Guys. We're out on our new improved range today. We're doing a little shooting. We thought we would go over some of the 1911s. While we were waiting for the range to be built, us Poor Guys decided we were going to build some custom 1911s, and this is mine. I built this one. I chose all the parts that went into it, and we're going to do a little shooting with it today. But also we're going to talk about the cartridge, since it's not really your run-of-the-mill cartridge that we're going to be shooting out of this today. So this is the custom 1911 I built. It's got some various different parts in it. It's got the some fancy gear in it. It's got the LPA back sight, fiber optic front sight, match grade barrel, fusion trigger, some various other parts from other individual machining companies. The trigger is a Extreme Engineering. All of the trigger parts are made by Extreme Engineering. So for those of you who know, that's a match grade hammer. It has the two-piece guide rod, a 357 SIG mainspring, rather recoil spring. It has the Extreme Engineering mainspring, which is I do believe 15 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I will check that later for you guys. If I haven't mentioned, a fusion trigger, adjustable for travel, aluminum hand grips. So I built this. I've always wanted to do a 1911, so this is my first build. Probably my last build. It was a lot of work. Had to change out a lot of parts. Couldn't get a lot of them to fit. Those of you who are wondering, it's a para slide, para frame, para barrel, an oversized barrel bushing by Ed Brown. So when I fit it really tight, and I chose it to be a switch barrel gun. The barrel that's in it and the cartridge we're going over today is the 357 SIG. And it's also got a switch barrel, which maybe in a future video I will do, where it'll also switch out with a 40 barrel. So I have a 357 SIG 40 switch barrel 1911. So the 357 SIG is actually a 40 caliber case, neck down to 357 caliber, which for most of you would be a 9mm slug if you were reloading. I have a few here. I have the 10mm. Actually, this is the 10mm, the 40, the 357 SIG, and a 9mm, so you guys can get an idea. The 357 SIG has a lot of pep. It's got, at least in the 1911, it's got a lot of recoil compared to your standard 1911 45 9mm. I've never shot a 10, so I don't know about that. But it even has some snap to it. Also, it's cooking when it's coming out. It's moving at high feet per second. I will get a ballpark estimate for you guys, and I'll post it in the video somewhere around this portion. We're going to be shooting a little bit of SIG ammo, the 357 SIG in SIG brand. It was $26.99 a box of 50, but to reload it's actually pretty cheap because you're using 9mm slugs. So you buy the brass, that's going to be your initial cost, but if you're going to reuse the brass, it's not really not as expensive as maybe a 40 or a 45 to reload, as far as the slug, the powder, and the primer go. So we'll do a little shooting. A couple of the things that I've run into as far as snags go is the magazines for these are very expensive because you're using 40. Some individuals, what I've been reading online, have said that you can use 10s. I haven't tried them yet. The 40 caliber mag has a little like gap to push the slugs up closer that the 10mm apparently doesn't have. So, you know, there is that. So, I'm going to go ahead and shoot these. I have a metal form mag, and I have a Mech-R. They don't feed really all that great. I've been pretty disappointed with them, but, you know, they were the cheaper mags, so I guess, you know, you get what you pay for. But, one thing I want you guys to know, and you may see it when I'm shooting, is I'm getting light primer strikes. The reason why is the spring, the main spring, is a little bit too light in the gun. So I haven't changed it out yet. I fully intend on changing it out because I don't want any light primer strikes. But so you might see me cock the hammer and squeeze off a few times to get it to go. But you know, we'll get some shot down range for you. The other thing I want to mention is it's really loud. I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's because it's got a shoulder on it, the casing, or if it's just because it's so much behind the little 357 slug. But it does have some noise. I don't know how much the camera will pick up, but you know, it does have that snap. So like I said before, I have a lot of trouble with these mags, and I don't know why. They just never want to feed. That was the Mech-R. I don't know what it is. I can get it some to feed, and I can get some that just won't. You know, Para did make the 357 SIG, and as far as I know, after Remington bought them out, Remington hasn't produced anything, you know, with the Para name yet. So, you know, let's hope they definitely do that. But so if you guys watch this video, you have any questions about the 357 SIG, you know, you guys can feel free to hit us up. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook, or you can also add us on Facebook. We will accept friend requests. We have 2 pages and we run them both. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, want to be friends with us, hey, you know, we're not shy to want to talk to our followers. So hit us up.